So how did Stone Sherry become Stone Sherry?
About 7 years ago, 7 to 8 years ago, I was doing a show called Face of Africa for Mnet. And I think it's apt to say that that's where it all began. I was traveling the continent in search of potential supermodels. And I think I really fell in love with what I term the African aesthetic that I think exists on the continent. Obviously, because it was a modeling competition, we were engaging with a lot of fashion designers from all over the continent. And I was really inspired to create something that would really be an expression of urban African culture.
And what did it take to actually get your business to be so successful and for your brand to be so well known?
Yeah, success is relative. But yeah, no, I guess one has to acknowledge that there is a measure of success that's been achieved. And it's taken a belief in something, a vision, because without a vision and a big idea, you've got nothing that you're working towards. So it's important to come up with a big idea. And I think the big idea is the thing that keeps driving you when things look difficult, when you haven't met your targets or your deliveries haven't come in on time or whatever the challenge may be. You need something that you're working towards that drives you to keep at it. But also just a team of committed, enthusiastic people who love the brand.
Do you think it's harder for women to make it in business, seeing as that you've got so many roles and responsibilities, as opposed to men, or is the playing field just level?
Yeah. I think that business is hard for any entrepreneur, male or female, because it's like a baby. You give birth, you need to nurture it and grow it, and you learn lessons, sometimes very harsh lessons. But I do think it has probably more, I think it's probably harder for women. It's more challenging for women because, yes, kids also expect different things from their mothers than they do from their fathers in terms of time. And I think because we are nurturing beings, you worry about your kids, you want to be more involved. And it is more demanding. It's more demanding, I have a 5-month-old baby who I'm breastfeeding, so at some point, 50% of my day is spent thinking, did I leave enough milk? When do I have to rush home? Come back, So I think it is more challenging for women.
And do you think it's reason enough, for someone to say, I love fashion and I like following the trends, but is it reason enough for them to start their own business in fashion, or they need more?
I think you need a little bit more because, if you love fashion, there are other things you can do. You don't necessarily have to open your own business. You could go and work somewhere, in the industry. And I say that not because I don't think people should be starting their own businesses, but because it's a huge undertaking. I think as an entrepreneur, it's good to take risks and just say, it doesn't matter that I don't know it, I'm going to learn on the way. But I think there also need to be more calculated risks, and you need to understand that it takes more than just a love for fashion to create a business.